Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best AV receiver.
Starting at number 5.
Denon AVRS970H. Previously, we would have advised against the Denon AVRS970H. It was an incremental update on the 960H and cost more. But the price dropped to make it more affordable, so we think we can recommend it over its older brother. All in all, it's an excellent receiver, with a huge range of features and warm, engaging sound quality, particularly for music. You can add wireless speakers via Denon's HEOS functionality, although the less expensive Yamaha RX4A is a better option for this, and there are clever features like Apple AirPlay 2 and Smart Assistants included. However, features are where the Denon AVRS970H struggles. As good a receiver as it is, it's a real puzzle that it doesn't have Google Chromecast, which most other receivers above it in this list have. We also have to give it a black mark for the on-screen interface, which is clunky and outdated. While these issues mean that the Denon AVRS970H isn't the best AV receiver, it's still very good overall and excellent for Spotify listening.
Coming at number 4.
Denon AVRX3800H. One of the annoying things about new AV receivers is that they often increase the price while adding very little. That's not the case with the Denon AVRX3800H, an upgrade on the 3700H that really packs in the new features. There's a new surround processor, making this receiver ideal for Dolby Atmos, and you can now assign individual channels as pre-outs. That means you can add as many power amps as you like, creating your dream system. There's eARC 8K upscaling on all 6 HDMI inputs, and, look, we highly doubt there is any future tech development in the next 5 or 6 years that Denon hasn't catered for. This isn't just the top choice for any Dolby Atmos enthusiast, it's the ultimate future-proof receiver. It helps that it sounds terrific, too, weighty and punchy, with real bite. One of the things that hasn't been upgraded with the Denon AVRX3800H is the design. This looks roughly the same as every other Denon receiver before it, and while Denon clearly believe that if it isn't broke, they shouldn't fix it, it's still a boring build that could use a refresh. That aside, there's no question that this receiver is a stellar choice for hardcore surround sound nerds, and those building a bespoke home cinema. Worth noting, if the price is too high, the AVRX2800H costs less than $1,000, but has significantly reduced specs. If that's where you're aiming, our top-ranked Denon AVRS960H is a better option, with more sonic weight.
At number 3.
Yamaha RX4A. Wireless home theater can be hit and miss. Sonos speakers won't work with most AV receivers, and Denon's HEOS system can be glitchy and irritating. Yamaha, however, gets it. Their MusicCast system works well, and if you want wireless surround audio, we recommend going for the new RXV4A receiver, which connects flawlessly to the company's MusicCast 20, 50, and sub-100 speakers. It doesn't have Dolby Atmos or DTS-X, but we don't consider that a downside. Wireless speakers can't use those anyway. No, this is a receiver built specifically to ditch the cables, and it works superbly well. It's a much better option for wireless audio than the top-ranked Denon AVRS960H, for example. We adore the sleek new look that Yamaha have introduced with their new receivers. The RXV4A has a broad front panel that looks chic and sleek, but the build quality can't match it, and despite the great design, the materials feel cheap and plasticky. And while the sound is perfectly passable, it's not quite as full or as punchy as other models, like the aforementioned Denon. Note that the Yamaha RXV4A can also use wired speakers perfectly well, it's just not the best option for them. And if you did want to stick to Sonos, check out the Integra DRX 3.3 receiver below. You'll pay significantly more, but it plays nicely with Sonos speakers. This Yamaha does not.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony St Strdh590. If you are a beginner in the world of home theater and surround sound, the Sony St Strdh590 is the receiver to go for. It gives you all the features you'll need to get started with a basic surround speaker setup, and draws its wealth of features from its bigger brother, the Denon 1080. You get 5 speaker channels, allowing you to use speakers at the side or rear, and there's full 4K pass-through so you can get the very best out of your picture. The sound quality is solid, too. While other receivers like the Denon AVRS540BT have a little more sonic weight to them, the Strdh590 delivers great precision and detail. One of the things to bear in mind with the Sony Strdh590 is that it doesn't play well with bigger floor-standing or tower speakers. It simply doesn't have the finesse or power to drive them effectively, meaning you'll get subpar sound. If you go for this receiver, we recommend smaller satellite or bookshelf speakers. But really, that's one of the few downsides. If you're on a budget, or looking to dip your toe into surround sound, the Strdh590 is one of the easiest ways to start.
And number 1.
Denon AVRS760H. In our opinion, anybody looking to buy the absolute best overall AV receiver for the money should buy a Denon, and in particular, the AVRS760H. This line represents some of the finest receivers we've ever tested, impressing us with hard-hitting, muscular sound. The S760H has a wealth of useful features, including Dolby Atmos and DTS-X surround sound, Bluetooth, and Spotify Connect for music listening. It's been out for a little while now, but we think it has yet to be bettered by any other AV receiver model in its price range. There isn't another product on this list that combines this range of features with this level of sound quality, and all for under $500. We'd much rather steer you toward a slightly older model than hit you with a pricey new receiver that does more or less the same thing. One feature that we would like to see added to the Denon AVRS760H is Chromecast. This is a surprising omission for a receiver released in 2022. This kind of thing really should have been added in an update by now. It's made even more annoying when you consider that HEOS, Denon's own streaming app, is a bit clunky and frustrating to use. That said, you can easily operate the AVRS760H without it. We much prefer this receiver to models like the Yamaha RX4A below, and even Denon's other offerings. It genuinely is one of the best models you can buy.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.